Rambam Hilchos Chovel uMazzik Perek Zayin, Chapter 7, Aleph. uMazzik Chaveri Hezek Sheni Nikir. When a person causes damage to a colleague's property that's not evident to the eye, you can't see the Hezek. So since he did not change the actual item, and the actual form did not alter, as a potter on a tashlum din teda. So menateda, he does not have to pay for it. However, rabbinic law, amru hayol v'hivchis d'meyan, or zachayim v'mashalim mashivchis min d'meyan. The rabbanon, he has to pay the amount by which the value was reduced. Base Kate how so? As shetima cholin tehedin shal chaveri shedimeya. They paid us a early tipas yain nesa b'sechene shar also lavakel. Person causes food belonging to a friend to be tummy. He mixes produce together with produce that is truma, causing it to be dumua. He mixes a drop of wine that has been used for avodah zarah, a person's wine, causing the entire quantity to be forbidden. So he has to pay for it. So the person who caused the loss is required to pay the entire damages from the finest property in his possession, as the halacha regarding anyone who causes damage. Chacham made this penalty so that none of the destroyers will go and make a person's produce impure and then excuse himself, saying, "I'm pater." The figure, therefore, the person who caused damage that is not noticeable dies. The penalty is not taken from his estate. The Chacham enforces penalty only upon the person who transgressed and caused the damage, and not his Yerusha, who did not cause any damage. Person who inadvertently causes damage that is not noticeable, or as a result of forces beyond his control, it's not chayav for the Chachamim imposed this penalty only upon a person who intentionally caused damage. Kohen who intentionally causes korban to be a pickle, they are obligated to make a financial payment. However, if a person intentionally performs work with a red heifer or water designated for its ashes, is obligated to pay. B'shegi is potter. Hey, heifer is part of the marbek. Person who brings the paraduma to the place where a team of cows are threshing, so that he will nurse and thresh, and the person who is carrying water designated for the ashes of the parad will divert his attention from the water. So person pours wine belonging to a friend for avodah zarah does not cause the wine to become forbidden. Cannot cause property that does not belong to him to become forbidden. If they were shutus, or he took the asura and he's a mummer, so he asks for the yain and has to pay for it. How is it possible for a person for financial recompensation, or does that cause him to be chayav benafshi? Because he becomes obligated to pay for wine at the time that he lifts it up. And he does not he's not chayav for capital punishment until he actually pours the nisach. Whenever a person causes property belonging to a friend to be damaged, even though he himself is not the one ultimately causes the damage, since he is the primary cause, he is chayav to make financial from the finest property. Person went ahead and threw from the top of the roof on pillows and blankets. Ba'achar v'kodem v'sidak v'zakonim ma'ala oretz v'nechbad ha'kli ba'oretz v'nishbar chayv nezek shalom. So if a person throws a keli that he owns from a roof onto pillows and blankets, another person comes and removes the pillows from the ground, causing the keli to break. The person who removes the pillows chayav to pay the entire sum of the damage, as if he broke the utensils from his own hand. For it was the removal of the pillows and the covering that caused the utensils to break. Again, the person throws a keli belonging to a friend from a roof onto pillows and blankets that belong to the owner of the utensils. And the owner comes and removes the pillows from the ground. The person who threw the utensils had to pay for the damage. Is throwing the utensils the primary cause for its breaking? A person other than the owner of the utensil removes the pillow, both the person who threw the utensil and the one who removed it is chayiv. For together, it caused the property to be damaged. Person who burns a star belonging to a friend is chayiv to pay the entire chayiv, as mentioned in the note. Although the notes themselves are not financial worth, by burning them, one causes his friend to direct financial loss. When the When does this apply? Only when the person who burned the star admits that he had been validated in Beis Din, that it was for such and such amount of money, and that because it was burned, the owner cannot collect the chayv. The person who burned the note does not believe the owner with regard to any of these points. He is required to pay only the value of the paper. And if the Shimon Kvash is Bar Malkim, when Kim in the Schaib do Nasham, Levi call Moshe Verstan. Shara Gom Lilama the Star, I do Kamisha Surfing. Person is chayav for causing a friend's financial loss in the following situation. Reuben was owed money by Shimon. Sold the note according to the debt to Levi. Sold the note, he was meichel Shimon's obligation, free Shimon of responsibility. So Reuben becomes chayav to pay Levi the entire amount mentioned in the note, for he caused him to lose the money that he could have collected with the note. If it was destroyed by fire. If Reuben's Yershim, one of Reuben's Yershim waived the debt, the person who waived the debt must pay and make the financial for Levi's loss for the finest property in his possession. A person who designates a servant as a pay to keep for a loan, then frees the servant, he is chayav to pay the creditor, for he nullified his lien and caused him to lose the money. He also compelled the creditor to free the servant, so that when he encounters that, he will not tell him, "You are my servant." If a person pushes a friend and causes a coin belonging to him to fall from his hand, the roll into the sea, is chayav to pay. Person blemishes the heir of a cow, is obligated to make financial. He is reduced to its value. Person who scrapes the service of dinar belonging to our friend and removes their imprint is chayav to pay. If a person throws a keli from a roof towards the earth without there being any pillows and blankets, now a guy comes and takes his cane and whacks it like a baseball pitch. There's an acher potter, the guy's potter shalei shavar ala kli shasem li shavar miyad bevadim, and it was a kshever kli shavar, and zek anyways, it's going to break, so he's not chayav to pay. V'chein complete to the potter. Sheshe eim la'arigim feishu uMazzik abrius. V'ila naim l'tzitzim lishu uMazzik arabim. V'kodam achal v'shachas shir zev v'kotzis yom l'zer shlam midas abaylim. Chal v'shalom ba'ak v'ashir ad yonam sharei f'kiyo nalas his mitzvah. Now, when a person, without the consent of the owner, shechs an ox that was condemned to be shechted because it injured others, or cuts down a tree that was condemned to be cut down because it causes damages to others, he's chayav to pay the owner as dictated by the Yaman because he prevented him from performing a mitzvah. The person who caused the damage claims that the owner told him to shechta and cut it down. Since its enemy is going to be like this, Sarza Patra. The person who shechs a beast or a fowl, and another person covers the blood without the consent of the shechet, so the enemy has to pay for it. In such instances, a fine of fixed amount, 10 gold pieces should be paid. Now they paskin for the rule that anyone who prevents a friend from performing a mitzvah that is fit to perform by performing it first, he should pay the owner 10 golden pieces. As well, when a person causes damage with his own hands, the damage is evaluated the same way as it would be evaluated if the damage has been caused by his property. Also, a person kills an animal belonging to a friend or breaks one of his utensils, we evaluate the animal's previous worth and the worth of the carcass. Or the utensil's previous worth and the kama shavat. Pays the difference. If a person treads grapes belonging to their friend, we must evaluate the loss. The loss he caused is taken from the person who caused the damage. It should be taken from the movable property. If he has no movable property, it should be taken from the finest landed property that he owns. Paid from the finest landed property that he owns. Chovel uMazzik if he damages something we don't know about it, so the one who got damaged makes a shvu with the Tekanas Chachamim, and he gets what he wants. As long as it makes sense. How so? Each person takes a wall belonging to a friend and throws it in the sea. Or he gives it to a person of force and this causes it to loss. So the wall claims that it was filled with gold coins, while the person who caused the damage says, I do not know what it contains. Maybe it was Tavanai. So the person whose property was damaged is entitled to take an oath while holding a Nikidas Chivitz. As long as it makes sense that he owns or you were trusted to him and would ordinarily be put in the wall to like. So it's not customary to place such articles in such containers. The owner is considered negligent and the person who caused the damage is not liable. He said, how so? Person grabbed a filled covered leather sack or basket and threw it into the water and burned it. And he says Margalis, and he said Kach. Not believe. I think it was if he knew that there was gold, but he doesn't know how much. He says $1,000. Later, it takes without a shuf and the commission is and he cannot make a shuf as explained with regards to Epikadon. Chovel uMazzik Perek Ches. This Perek has, and we're going to finish now. Chovel uMazzik has 15 halachas. Let us begin. When a person informs about property belonging to a friend and causes it to be taken away by Aranas, stronghold he has to pay, reimburse the owner from the finest property in his possession. If Maze gave me Chovel uMazzik, if the person who informs about the property dies, the owner may collect his due from his Yershim. Whether the strong, lawless person is a goy or a yid, the person who informs about the property to be taken by him is considered supplies, even if the Mason did not actually hand the other person's property over to the low person. This was mastered. When the Mason showed the lawless person his friend's property as own violation. So it you saw honest liars for her as a patam to if, however, a goy, or you compel the person to show him the property belonging to his friend, he's not chayav to reimburse his friend. Should he physically give over his friend's property to a person, he's chayav to reimburse his friend, even though he was forced to do so. As far as that a person who saves himself with money belonging to a friend is obligated to reimburse him. Kids and also, a king decreed that wine, straw, the like should be brought to him. So Elisha rose and said, so and so has a stores of wine or straw in this place. Chayav l'shalom, he has to pay. Also, the king compelled Mesa to go and show him the storehouses of wine and straw, or to show his property belonging to a friend who was fleeing from the king. Mesa showed him because of the compulsion, he's not chayav. Because if he had not shown him, he would have been beaten or killed. If the Mesa took his friend's property and handed it to the individual, he is chayav to pay a little, the king compelled him to do so. Now, when does he have to pay when the property did not come into the person's possession previously? Different halachas applies, however. The honest person compelled the yid to show him his friend's property, and the honest stood over the friend and it came into his possession. So as a put of shalom, he's put the shkim shalom, the honest but once he stood there, it's already second part. Hey, two litigants involved in machlekes between landed and movable property. Each one says it's mine. One of them went ahead and was master tagoy. So you should be placed under chedim until he removes this, returns the circumstances to the former state, and brings the man to Beis Din. A person was apprehended by going because of a friend. His money was taken away because of that friend. The friend is not chayav to reimburse him. Only instance that reimbursement is required for a friend when a person is apprehended on that friend's behalf is when a person is apprehended because of someone's failure to pay the head tax, or because of the gift that every individual is required to give the king when he or his soldiers require hospitality. In these cases, the person who failed to pay is obligated to reimburse the person who made the payment, provided the money was taken from him and took us in the presence of witnesses. When there are witnesses that a person informed about a property belonging to his friend, he says, this is how much I lost. The Maser denies it. Same stuff as I knew saying makes him the this famous was from Mashadot, because it'd be great for a grab, so we don't take it away. Well, but he has to swear. Only tell us him it's him and Maser, I'll over you. The plaintiff, the not seized from the Maser property may not be taken from the Maser unless there is definite proof to the extent that it caused. Ches, Imashpinis on Maser shared amounts with Yeshua. Where Yeshua says this, a Maser who showed a friend's property to a Anus on his own initiative is not given the prerogative to take an oath. Not a Yeshua's Chamor, not Yeshua says, Nishu Rosh, and the Chapazal used him, he's a Rosh. While Maser Shatzula Hari said, the Havi Minosim, Nosim Biyadi. Whenever a person was compelled to show Anus or a friend property, or compelled actually to bring this person out for Pishu Chal Sham, you don't have any Rasha, Allah Ben Tashlumhu, Lord Mashpenis Kashakshi. Huslim Sir, Adam Biyad Akum Begufim Bemani, it's forbidden to inform about a friend to the goyim and dangerous physical person or his property. This applies even when the person concerned is a wicked person, commits a sin. anyone who actually informs about a Yid and endangers a person or his property to the Goyim will not receive a Chelik in Rabba. It's permissible to kill a Mason in any country, even in the present age when the Mason is no longer making din nefashis. It's permitted to kill him before he informs. When he says, I will inform so-and-so and endanger this person, even a little bit, you can kill him. We tell him, Altim, sir, do not be a Mason. If he says, I don't care, it's a mitzvah to kill him, whoever kills him receives a merit. If the Mazer carried out his threat and informed on a Yid, appears to me, really shows the Hargay, you can't kill him, as he's a chazaka that he's a Mazer. Maybe he'll master other people. Cities of the West, the minhag is to punish the Maser who have been made an establishment pattern of reforming with regard to the property, and to hand the Maser over to Goyim, punish him, beat him, and imprison him according to the wicked ways. One who causes difficulty and irritation to the community may be handed over to the Goy to be beaten, imprisoned, and fined. However, but it's forbidden to hand over to Goyim to a person causing irritation to one individual. It's forbidden to destroy a Maser's money, although it's permitted to destroy his life. So the money is given to the Yarsham. When a Reidev pursues another Yid to kill or rape him or her and breaks utensils, either those belong to the person, showing those belong to another person, he's not chayav to make teshlumim. Pursuing another Yid warrants his own death. When a person is being pursued, it's for his kelim belonging to the Reidev, he's part of the rationale is that the Reidev's property should not be considered dear his life. And then he's chayav. Person who saves his own life, the property belonging to someone else, he has to pay. When a person pursues a Reidev to save the person he's pursuing and is doing so breaking utensils, whether these belong to the Reidev or those belong to another, he is chayiv. He's not chayiv. If we don't want it to not be hesitant and proceed carefully when he chases after the Reidev. Last halacha, when a ship is about to sink because it's heavily loaded. How one stands up and makes it lighter by like throwing some of the cargo. So then he's put because the masa is like a reidif and you have to get rid of it. It's a big mitzvah. On the sign. We're starting now new halachas. The halachas of Rotzeach, Shmiras Nefesh, and it has each b'chol sheva asaram eser mitzvahs. It contains 17 mitzvahs. Shem mitzvahs and seves mitzvahs is a zeo pradon l'shlav Rotzeach, at a murder shalav likach kif from them shesech alei yuwas, had to accept ransom from a murderer to save him from execution. The golas Rotzeach b'shkoga, to exile a person who killed b'shegig, shalav likach kif for the mechuyev golas, not to accept ransom from a person who killed b'shegig to save him from golas. Shalav yuwas Rotzeach sheyirtzach kedem amida bedin, not to kill a murderer directly after murder before he stands trial. To save a person who is being pursued by killing the pursuer. Not to have mercy on the pursuer. Not to stand idly by when a person is in danger. Set us cities to refuge and to prepare the roads leading them. To break the neck of a calf in a nachal. Never to till or seed the land. The calf was decapitated. Not to create dangerous situation. Asis Maka to make a guardrail. How to cause a well-meaning person to plunder. To of a person whose animal claps on the road to unload it. Together to reload the animal, to abandon him helpless to the burden. Aleph. Kol hating nefesh ben adam aver b'leizase. Whenever a person kills a human being, he's a b'leizase. Shnemer leitirzach. You're not allowed to murder. Rotzeach bezodim b'nei edem nisasi b'sayif. If a person kills intentionally in front of edem, he should be executed by decapitated. Shnemer nokim yinokim. Vengeance will certainly be executed. We learn that this refers to decapitation. Whether he kills the victim with an iron weapon or burns him with fire, the murderer should be executed by Sayef. It's mitzvah for the blood redeemer to kill the murderer. The blood redeemer shall put the murderer to death. Whoever is fit to inherit the victim's estate becomes the redeemer of the blood. Usually, the blood redeemer did not desire or was unable to kill the murderer, or if the victim did not have a relative to redeem his blood, the base that executes the murderer by the Saif. Father kills his son. If the victim has a son, the son should be killed. Kill his grandfather because he's the Gel Adam. Mainly ben If he doesn't have, so the brother should not do it. Both male and female may become blood redeemers. The Beis Din warns not to accept ransom for the murderer to save him from execution. Even if he gives all the money in the world. Even if the Gel Adam wants to redeem him. Svar is that the soul of the victim is not the property of the blood redeemer. It's the boss of David Shishtam, like Sichel Cape, and not accept ransom of the soul of a murderer. And if the Dover Shik P the Tata love, Kishikas Damim, it's nothing that the Torah warned us strongly against Shikas Dam Shnemer, Sachnifas Aretz. Do not pollute the land which you live. For the blood will pollute the land. Hey, share with the Beis Din done in the Misa. When a murderer kills Bezadin willfully, he should not be killed by witnesses or observers until he is brought to the Beis Din and sentenced to death. As it says, a murderer should not be put to death until he stands before the congregation in judgment. Allah applies to all those liable for execution by the Beis Din who will save and perform this act. They should not be executed until the trial is completed by the Beis Din. When does this apply? When the person has already transgressed and performed the transgression for which he is to be executed by the court. A person is pursuing a friend with the intention of killing him. Even for the pursuer is a minor, you have to kill him. How so? The Redev was warned and continues to pursue the intended victim, even though he did not acknowledge the warning, since he continues to pursue it, he should be killed. If it's possible to save the pursued by damaging one of the limbs of the Redev, one should. Thus, if one strikes him with an arrow or stone or a sword and cut off his hands, break his legs, blind him, or another way to prevent him from achieving so, one should do so. There's no way to be precise in one's aim and save the person being pursued without killing the Redev. One should kill him, even though he has not yet killed the victim. Do not have mercy. Whether she grabs his private parts or any other organs that intent of the pasuk is that whenever a person intends to strike a friend with a blow that should kill him, the pursuit should be cut off his hands of the Redev. This indeed is one of the negative mitzvahs, not to have pity on the life of a Redev. Rule that when complications arise and a pregnant woman cannot give birth, it's permitted to abort the fetus of her womb, whether with a knife or drugs. The fetus is considered reidiv. Once that comes out, then you can't do it. This is the nature of the world, unfortunately. This applies whether a person is pursuing a friend with the intent of killing him or a nidar that has been consecrated with the intent of raping her. As it says, just as when a man arises against his friend and kills him, so too So it teaches us that if there's someone who can save her, he must do so using all the means taking the life of the pursuer. This applies to all rays except for behema. With regards to homosexual rape, by contrast, one may save a man from being raped by killing the intended rapist. If one pursues an animal with the intent of sodomizing it, they should have lost Shabbos last Shabbos. Shabbos with the Zora is Ikra Das. And we don't kill him unless till you bring him to base to be a dinner be almost and he's convicted and executed. It based on other if a person pursued a woman forbidden as an erva, took hold of her and inserted his organ there after like Gomer Biase, and we say you don't kill him until he comes to din. The man was pursuing a woman forbidden to never, another man was pursuing him to save her. If she doesn't let him be so that he does not kill me, they should not listen to her. We stop him. When a person can prevent a murder or a rape by maiming the rape slain, but then not take the trouble and instead save the victim's life, he is regarded as one who sheds blood and is high for death. We don't kill him. If you could save her, you don't save her. Everyone did not stand idly by while your brother takes a stick. Person sees somebody drowning, at least by love, or robbers, or animals. You can save him. Or hire other people to save all you tell. You can get rid of it. They say some person who fails to act in all this is Aaron Le Salam Damrech. This is over here. Harea Reda Machaber Acher, the Ball of Yochatzul Hitzar is a bit almost to say she Vakatis Cup, a verb of Shnelam, the Sochis Enecho Ali Samdam. When a person sees a raid pursuing a friend to kill him, or a woman forbidden as an error to rape, he has the potential to save, and he doesn't see his error. Last halacha, Alvishan Lake and Allah and Elub Mishan Mice of Hen Chamur and May. Even the own Kamal is still very strict. Command, but never Jacques is Shokil with the Kolel and Kolel. And Chalakaim never Jacques space Shokil Kim Kolel. A person who causes the loss of a Jewish soul is considered as if he destroyed the entire world, and whoever saves a Jewish life is considered as if he saved the entire world.